Here's what I think. I'm gonna be completely honest, and I've already told you what I think. Is I feel like in the hobby, the way that the trend is generally going is these, and I like running on those tracks too. Is you got a perfectly smooth, less natural terrain. Perfectly smooth, perfect jumps, big jumps, and I like that a lot. But coming in here today, I was really impressed. The first thing is, if you watch a video of this track online, or you look at pictures of this track online, it looks kind of flat. It looks like the jumps aren't that big. But when you get here in person and you start walking down to the track, you see that these jumps are pretty big, and they're pretty steep. You know what I mean? It's not like it's nothing to think like, oh, I'm gonna master this and it's gonna be super easy. I mean, some of these jumps are a little tricky, and also the track, just the way it is, it's basically that how southeastern dirt that gets kind of dried out, gets a little loose stuff on the top of it, gets a little gooey when it gets wet. So that's really good. And another thing that I noticed about the track is, because you got it on a slope, you get a lot of elevation changes, and there was a few washouts where water had ran down the track. We've got a lot of rain lately, and just that little bit of technical aspect, I think, is really good for a driver to develop their skills. So overall, personally, I think the track was great. I was really happy with the track. It's not perfect, and that's good. And what did you think, Parker?
I like when the mud area, because it's like technical, and it's good practice for the big races.
Yeah.
Like what big races you go to?
We go to AMS, PNB, also called a Cycle Nitro Bus, Wicked Weekend, SICK, also called Southern Indoor Championship, and Fall Brawl.
Okay, and one last question is, I know y'all were sponsored. How would someone become a sponsored driver, and what advice would you give someone? We got a few young people here that want to get sponsored, but they don't know how to come about it. How would y'all recommend, or who do they need to contact to become a sponsored driver?
Right. Okay. So if you want to get sponsored, there's a lot of things you can do, and there's different types of sponsorship, and there's different ways that people are giving sponsorship now, and there's been a big kind of uproar, if you will, in the hobby that everybody gets a sponsorship. They're just giving away for free. They want to get a dedicated customer, and in a lot of aspects about that's true, right? But some bigger companies are more protective about that sponsorship. The main companies, they want to make sure that somebody that's out there getting exposure, helping people at their track, obviously winning races and doing a good job helps with that. Particular sponsors, like for example, I've tried a couple times to get sponsored by Kyosho, and Kyosho has told me that I don't travel to enough national level races. I mainly race in the southeast, so they wanted me to, in order to get sponsors by them, I would need to travel to the nationals and some of those races out west, which I don't do. So if you want to get sponsored, go on to the whatever companies you want to get sponsored by, go on to their website, look and see if they have something where you can submit an application today. Also, around the, let's say, August to December time is when everybody's looking for the sponsorships for next year, all the companies. So then hit those websites up again and see if they've got something listed on there. Also, you should probably go on Facebook, like their Facebook pages, and then watch for those things to pop up, like now accepting sponsorship applications, and try to do a good job on your application. Make sure that you say, and you want to genuinely promote their products. You know what I mean? If they're helping me out, then I want to help them out, and I want to help sell their products. And I'm not going to, badmouth their products, and I'm not going to lie about how good they are. I'm going to tell the truth about how good they are. And most of these companies have really good products anyway. So what you want to do is talk about how you're going to promote their products. You don't want to talk about, give me this and give me that. Or I need this, or I need this discount, or or if it's free, I'll take it. You know what I mean? That's just not the way to go about it. So just try to be open, and I generally just say, I'm willing to take whatever you got. I like your products, and it also helps if you ran the products for, I know you run a Techno short course truck, so you can run that for a few years or something, and kind of get a good feel for the product. You can talk more about it in your sponsorship letter or application.
Right. And how about you, Parker? You got any advice about any young kids? Okay.
I think his dad helps him with that mainly. I'm pretty sure.
All right, that sounds good. Like I said, we're up here at Lake Hartwell RC Complex. Y'all come check us out. Like us on Facebook. I know it's backwards, but we got to redo that from the way the cameras are.
How's that work out?
All right, but also check out Ken Tackett, Parker, Mugen, JQ, aka and Dial Harvey's and Triton
Triton.
Motors. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, thank you.